deep sadhaka and worshipper of Sri Satyananda, I noticed that Prabhu is reading from his own Chaitanya Charitamrita Grantha that he carries with him. So can you imagine how important the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is to Krishnananda Das Brahmachari? Now he's a very senior preacher of Krishna consciousness in Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, Chapani, Mumbai. And he's been involved in spreading Krishna consciousness there among the elitists and academics and students and all, without discrimination, people of Mumbai. And Prabhu is very kindly taking time out of that very important service where he's deeply connected to Mahaprabhu's mission in Mumbai. So many people are dependent upon Krishnananda Prabhu for their spiritual enthusiasm in spiritual life. So he's playing such an important role in the Sankirtan. And he's kindly taken time to be with us here in Sri Mayapur Dham to discuss Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Puri, in order to help us celebrate the Gaur Purnima Utshav, Maha Utshav here in Sri Mayapur Dham. We thank Krishnananda Prabhu very much.
Hare Krishna. Om Agyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padayam Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare. Little louder, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. My respectful obeisances to all the devotees. Grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity to serve in this most holy dham, Sri Mayapur Dham. His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu, out of his kindness and generosity, spoke some kind words. Sometimes when we love someone, we may speak something to encourage. I accept this kind encouragement, although I am nowhere qualified. I accepted this invitation to speak just for my purification. Honestly, for me to speak about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, that too pastimes in Jagannath Puri is like KG student to try to appear for PhD exam, of like a dwarf to trying to touch the moon. I have absolutely no qualification whatsoever. But with the blessings of Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees, I will try to simply repeat what our divine founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada has given in these divine pages of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This book is so important for all of us who are followers of Srila Prabhupada, followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur once said that if all the books of the books of the world are lost, if this one book remains, there is no loss. And that is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is considered to be the postgraduate study of spiritual life. Surprisingly, it is presented in such a way that even a person who may or may not be advanced, Srila Prabhupada presents in such a way, Srila Prabhupada presents it in such a way that one can easily understand it. Srila Prabhupada showed how important it is by his eagerness to translate. As you know, Srila Prabhupada was translating Srimad Bhagavatam, and then he paused the translation of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he felt it was more important to give all of his followers Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he told the disciples that I want everything ready. That means Prabhupada is translating, somebody has to edit it, proofread it, then there are paintings to be done and binding and everything. And Srila Prabhupada said, I want all of it ready in just 2 months. All of you know this wonderful story. The devotees said, it is impossible. And Prabhupada gave that famous answer. Impossible is a word in the Fool's Dictionary. And with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and with the sincere efforts of all the devotees, they could do what is materially impossible. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Dushkaram Sukaram Bhavet. Even the most difficult things become very easy if one remembers the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the most easy things, they become difficult if one forgets Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the essence of all spiritual practices is to always remember Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna and never forget. And that is the purpose of this great literature. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is actually non-different from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When we are reading these Bhaktivedanta translations and purports, we are associating with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with all of their associates, and with Srila Prabhupada and the entire Parampara. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes can be divided into 3 parts. In the division given by Kaviraj Goswami, Adi Leela, Madhya Leela and Antya Leela, he summarizes the childhood pastimes till the point of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyas. He described it as Adi Leela. Madhya Leela primarily describes Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travelling different parts of Bharatvarsh. Immediately after taking sannyas, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Jagannath Puri, and he transformed the heart of Sarvam Bhattacharya, who was influenced by Mayavad. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarvam Bhattacharya, he became a great Vaishnava. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, immediately after that, decided to go to South India. He wanted to go to preach the glories of the holy name. However, he knew that devotees would not be so eager to give permission. Even the Lord Chaitanya, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he would not do anything without the permission of the devotees, setting an example for all of us how important it is to have blessings of Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas in any endeavor in spiritual life. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave the reason that my elder brother Vishwarup left and took sannyas. I believe the previous lecture was about that. I came just 10 minutes before and I was trying to get some nectar. I didn't want to. So Lord Chaitanya was Vishwarup taking sannyas. He said actually that anybody who hears this pastime, Vishwarup taking sannyas, he becomes delivered from this material existence. So if you're so fortunate to hear from Prabhuji this nectar. So Lord Chaitanya, who is the omniscient Supreme Personality of Godhead, who knows past, present, future, who is within the heart of every living being, and Vishwarup is actually an expansion of Lord Chaitanya. He knows where Vishwarup is, but yet he told the devotees that my elder brother Vishwarup took sannyas at a young age. He left home. Nobody knows where he is. I want to go and find out where is Vishwarup. So Lord Chaitanya left with this pretext. And he took one assistant with him, Kalakrishna Das. He travelled through the different parts of South India. Starting from Jagannath Puri, he first went to Kurmakshetra. In Kurmakshetra, he went to this temple of Kurmadev in the village known as Sri Kurma. And the name of the Brahman was also Kurma. Very interesting, Kurma at kurma.kurma, Name of the village Kurma, name of the temple Kurma, name of the devotee Kurma. I'm just summarizing so as to come to the last part of where we begin Antya Leela. So this Brahman received him very nicely. As a tradition in Bharatvarsh, he took water and washed the lotus feet of the Lord Chaitanya, sprinkled the water on his family members. Aaj mora safal haila janma kula dharma. Today my birth, today my activities, everything is successful. The lotus feet, which are even very rare for Lord Brahma to behold, those lotus feet have come to my home. And then he appealed to Lord Chaitanya that I'm suffering from these pangs of material life. I want to leave home and travel with you like a sannyasi. Now generally we would think that Lord Chaitanya will encourage him. Yes, please come, join the party. But Lord Chaitanya discouraged him. He told him just, you stay at home and Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Amar agya guru haya tarai desh. This famous instruction, which is actually the one of the most important instructions applicable to not only to sannyasis but also to grihasthas. Whomever you meet, instruct them in the science of Krishna consciousness. We may be very big scholars, learned pandits, knowing about Gaur Leela, Krishna Leela, or we may be just a small child. According to our capacity, we should try to share the mercy of the Lord. Like there's a very beautiful story of little girl Saraswati, the daughter of Shyam Sundar Prabhu and Malati Mataji, would go around and tell everybody Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Prabhupada said, see, the perfect preacher. If that's all what you can speak, that is also perfect. One doesn't have to be very learned pandit. All one has to have is a sincere desire to preach, to serve the message of Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya told him, Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Whomever you meet, instruct them in the science of Krishna. And then Lord Chaitanya left to go further south. There's one Brahmana whose name was Vasudev, and he was suffering from a very dangerous disease, leprosy. There were worms in his body, and he was so compassionate and so tolerant that when a worm would fall out of his body, he would pick up the worm and put the worm back in his body. he was thinking that this body is not my property, it belongs to Krishna. And the worm has as much right as I have to be in this body. So he had this broad-mindedness, Vasudev Kutumbakam, seeing every living being as part of Krishna. In the Bible it says, as you have done to the least of my creature, so you have done unto me. As we treat anybody, even an insignificant devotee or non-devotee, Krishna is reciprocating with this feeling. And this Brahman was so advanced in his Krishna consciousness. And he got the news that Lord Chaitanya is in this village of Sri Kurman. And he's looking, where is Lord Chaitanya? Where is Lord Gauranga? And he came to know that Lord Chaitanya already left. He started crying that I'm so unfortunate, I could not see the Lord. And the Lord came back. There's only one instance in the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita, South India Yatra, that Lord Chaitanya comes back just to meet one devotee. Because he was crying for the Lord. Like Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj often says, unless you cry for Krishna, you cannot get Krishna. And Prabhupada writes in one of the purports, tears are the price for attaining Krishna. When one cries out for Krishna in separation, then one can experience the presence of Krishna. In fact, if you see the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, I am going to just touch the basic pastimes because I am going in sequential order. But the later pastimes, you find Lord Chaitanya is simply crying. He is crying for Krishna. In Gambhira, sometimes he would assume his bodily limbs would go inside like a tortoise. He would sometimes go near the main temple entrance and ask the gatekeeper, where is Krishna? Can you show me where is Krishna? So this eagerness to be united with Krishna is the price for attaining love for Krishna. Once Srila Prabhupada was on a morning walk in Mumbai, and after finishing the walk, as Prabhupada was about to sit in the car, one devotee just rushed towards Prabhupada and asked this question. What is the most important thing for success in Krishna consciousness? Now most of us would think it is chanting or hearing or deity worship. Some of you may even think prasadam. But you know what Prabhupada replied? Prabhupada said in one word, desire. If you just have that desire, then you can attain perfection. We are in this material world because of our desire to enjoy. When we desire to be united with Krishna, Krishna will make all arrangements. So that topic, I do not know whether I'll be able to reach, but that is actually the most advanced subject matter, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is crying for Krishna. So this Brahmana was crying for Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya came back and he embraced this Brahmana. But his body was having worms. Nobody would even sit next to him. Can you imagine you are sitting in a prasadam hall and the person next to you has got worms? You would rather fast rather than sit next to the person. He was like social outcast. But yet Lord Chaitanya embraced him. And he spoke, this Brahmana spoke that famous verse which Sudama Vipra said, Kvaham daridra Brahman, Kva Krishna Shri Niketana. I am just a very poor Brahman. And Krishna, you are the Supreme Lord. Yet you embraced me. This is what Sudama said, and this is what the Brahmana said. And this Brahman was cured. I guess all the worms went back to Godhead. They got a sponsored ticket just by being in the body of a great devotee. But this Brahman, interestingly, was somewhat concerned. Generally, if you have a very deadly disease like cancer, or in today's world, corona, you are corona positive and then you are cured, you feel so great happiness. But this Brahman was a little concerned. He told Lord Chaitanya that now, so far nobody was caring for me and I was not respected. So it was easy for me to be humble. But now, everyone will respect me. Everyone say, oh, you are the one who Lord Chaitanya embraced you. We saw on YouTube or on WhatsApp. So now I will become a celebrity. And the nature of false ego is when you receive praise or honor or recognition, then one tends to become proud. And pride is worse than cancer, leprosy, corona, or any disease on the material level. Because pride separates us from Krishna. In the Bible it says, pride goes before a fall. There is no greater sin than pride. Because when you become proud, then you offend devotees. And when you offend devotees, that is a fall down and you are separated from the process of bhakti. So Lord Chaitanya's emphasis, as here in Navadvip, when he gave the first seminar on the holy name, he spoke this verse, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Saishnan Amani Namanate, the Kirtanis. He said one should become more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. And Lord Chaitanya elaborated that becoming tolerant than a tree means, what is the quality of the tree? Even when the tree is being cut, it does not protest. The person who is cutting the tree is giving its shelter and its fruits. And when the tree dries up, it does not ask for water. If somebody gives water, he gladly accepts. In the same way, a devotee or an aspiring Vaishnava should not desire anything from anyone. If something comes by the will of the Lord, he should happily accept it. So Lord Chaitanya spoke this verse first in Navadvip after returning from Gaya. So Lord Chaitanya instructed this Brahmana how to remain free from pride in spite of being recognized, in spite of being glorified. And what is the solution? Lord Chaitanya said, Tumi lao nirantar Krishna naam. You should chant the holy name Nirantar. Nirantar doesn't mean 16 rounds. Nirantar means incessantly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada writes in one beautiful purport, he says, after describing all the 10 offenses in relation to the holy name in the Bhagavatam 7th canto, Prabhupada writes, there is no way to atone for this offense. The only atonement is chanting constantly. That should be our aspiration. We may not be anywhere close to that, but that is our goal. Kirtaniya Sada Hari. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered Vasudeva, and he further proceeded. He came to Sinhachalam. He had darshan of that beautiful form of Lord Nrsimhadev with Varahadev. And he spoke that beautiful prayer, Jai Narsimha, Shri Narsimha. He glorified Lord Nrsimhadev. He said, just like a lioness is very ferocious and deadly form for other creatures, but for her own cubs, the lioness is very loving and kind. In the same way, Lord Nrsimhadev is very fearful looking form for a non-devotee. But for a devotee like Prahlad, Lord Nrsimhadev's form is very blissful, joyful and loving. Lord Chaitanya danced in front of Lord Jiyada Narsimha, that temple. And then he proceeded to Kubur, on the banks of the holy river Godavari, which emanates from Nashik, Triambakeshwar. Ultimately, Godavari is not different from Ganga. It's the expansion of Ganga. And there he met the great devotee Ramanand Rai. Sarvam Bhattacharya had told Lord Chaitanya that you should meet Ramanand Rai. And they had extensive conversations on Krishna Katha. Now, Ramanand Rai is Arjuna and Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. You find in Kurukshetra, Krishna is speaking, Arjuna is asking questions, Krishna is replying. But here it's the other way around. Here Lord Chaitanya is asking questions and Ramanand Rai is replying. This Bhagavad Gita in reverse mode. And this went on for almost 10 days. And then Lord Chaitanya told Ramanand Rai, just give up all your engagements and come and join me in Jagannath Puri. Lord Chaitanya went further down and visited many places, Mangalgiri, where Lord Nrsingadev had killed the great demon Nambuchi. Lord Chaitanya went to Sri Rangam, where he stayed in the home of Venkata Bhatt, the father of Gopala Bhatt. He spoke, and Venkata Bhatt had some pride, and Lord Chaitanya, like an expert surgeon, removed the pride. He went to Kanyakumari, he went to Rameshwaram, he went to Madurai, and so many places. Then he went towards the other coast, the western coast, came to Udupi, and then he came towards Maharashtra. According to Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he came to Mumbai also. This place is referred to as Dvaipayani. He came to Nashik, he came to Pandharpur, he came to Kolhapur, and in Pandharpur he got the news that his brother, Vishwarup, after sannyas he had got the name Shankararanya Swami, and how Shankararanya Swami had departed back to Godhead from this holy place of Pandharpur. So after coming back from South India, then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, but devotees were saying, not now, after Rath Yatra. Rath Yatra is over, after Dole Yatra, after Vijayadashmi, like that. And then Lord Chaitanya, once he said, I'm going to Vrindavan, but he wanted to go to Vrindavan via Navadvip. If you see in the map, here is Puri and Navadvip is on one direction and Vrindavan another direction. Doesn't make sense. It's like somebody says, I want to go to Malda via Calcutta. But Lord Chaitanya wanted to show mercy to Rupa and Sanatan. He came till Kanai Natshala. Then the advice of Sanatan Goswami, again he returned. And then second time he did go to Vrindavan with the assistance of Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He travelled through all the 12 forests of Vrindavan. And then he came back to Prayag. In Prayag he gave Rupa Shiksha, divine knowledge, to Sri Rupa Goswami for 10 days. In Varanasi he gave transcendental knowledge to Sanatan Goswami for almost 2 months. And then he came back to Jagannath Puri. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami analyzes this as Madhya Leela, where Lord Chaitanya is travelling extensively. And he culminates Madhya Leela with the deliverance of Prakashananda Saraswati. And all the 60,000 sannyasis, they are all now received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and they are all blissfully chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then we come to what I am about to begin, that is the Antya Leela, that is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela in Jagannath Puri. There are various aspects to Lord Chaitanya's Leela in Jagannath Puri. As I said, I am beginning with the first chapter, and depending on the availability of time, we shall try to cover. The main things I plan to cover today is Lord Chaitanya's meeting Rupa Goswami in Jagannath Puri. And then maybe today or tomorrow, Lord Chaitanya's meeting Haridas Thakur and discussing about the glories of the holy name in Jagannath Puri. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meeting Sanatan Goswami again in Jagannath Puri. And if time permits, then we can also discuss how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would show ecstatic symptoms, the advanced symptoms. He would run after Chatak Parvat thinking it to be Govardhan. How he would exhibit the highest stages of ecstasy. How he would feel separation. The mood which Radharani had when Uddhava came to Vrindavan, that mood of separation from Krishna, that is the essence of Lord Chaitanya's Leelas in Jagannath Puri. So with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev and all of the assembled devotees, I will try to follow the sequence in which Srila Prabhupada, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the holy place of Jagannath Puri. Kaviraj Goswami begins with a very beautiful verse. every chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the beginning verse is very, very strikingly beautiful and filled with divine wisdom. The first verse says, Pangum langayate shailam mukam avrate shrutim yat kripatamaham vande Krishna Chaitanyam Ishwaram. I offer my obeisances to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose mercy even a pangu, a lame person, can cross a mountain, and a dumb man can recite Vedic literatures. This is actually similar to the verse we often sing, Mukam karoti vachalam pangu langayate kirim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Paramananda Madhavam. And this verse is actually the essence of humility. We should know whoever we are, we cannot do anything without the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. On the other hand, with the mercy and blessings of Guru and Gauranga, we can do anything that they desire. To the extent that a lame man can cross mountain, he can cross the Himalayas. A person who cannot even say his own name, he can recite all the Vedic literatures. This requires faith to understand this, that faith in the absolute power of God. And to the degree one becomes humble, to that degree one becomes empowered to spread the message of God. We find the same quality in our divine founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. As he entered America, he wrote this beautiful poem, Bodo Kripa Koinu Krishna Adhamera Prati. And this beautiful poem, Srila Prabhupada is explaining that you have brought me here to this strange land. People here are afflicted with the modes of passion and ignorance. This is Ugrasthan. I do not know how they will understand the message of Bhagavatam. But my dear Lord, you have brought me here. I am a puppet in your hand. Make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. This is how each one of us should feel when we are asked to do some service, especially when we are asked to preach. We should know that we are not the doers. We cannot even speak one word without the empowerment of Gurudev and the Parampara. Srila Prabhupada has unparalleled contribution in Vaishnava history, but he never claimed any credit. He said, I am simply trying to repeat what I have heard from my spiritual master. The next verse is even more beautiful. Durgamasya pathi me andhasya skalat pada gater muhu swakripa yashti danena santa santa avalambanam. My path is very difficult. I am blind and my feet are slipping again and again. Therefore, may the saints help me by granting me the stick of their mercy as my support. Again here he is showing his dependence on Vaishnava mercy. Guru Kripa, Vaishnava Kripa. I'm slipping down. I may fall down any time. But the mercy of the Vaishnava, like a stick, with the help of the Vaishnavas, I can make progress. And then he glorifies all the Acharyas, Vandeham Shri Guru. He glorifies Madan Mohan, Govind Dev, Gopinath. And after such elaborate glorification, then he begins the description. One may think, why is it that Kaviraj Goswami is in every chapter glorifying, and in the end, Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Jara Ash? It seems like redundant. It is not redundant. This is the way of approaching the spiritual subject matters. Spiritual life is based not on our knowledge or endeavor, but on mercy. If you can summarize spiritual life in 5 letters, M-E-R-C-Y, mercy. Or in Sanskrit, Daya, Kripa, Karuna. Not Corona, Karuna. We just have to seek the mercy. If we have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and the Parampara, then everything is successful. So Kaviraj Goswami, in every chapter, in the beginning and in the end, he glorifies the complete Parampara. And Now he begins with the description of Lord Chaitanya has just returned from his yatra of Vrindavan. And all the devotees from Navadvip, Shantipur, Kulinagram, they are so excited. Let us go to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You see, there are about 200 devotees every year. They would travel through difficult paths just to come to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In those days, there was no railways, no question of flights, no cars, just walk. It would take them almost a month to walk from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri. And Shivananda Sen, a great devotee, he would perform this most valuable service of arranging for the prasad and for the accommodation of all the devotees. He was kind of a transcendental yatra manager. And in that group, one dog also joined. He did not register probably, but he just joined. And Shivananda Sen, just see his broad-mindedness. He was not thinking, oh, this nonsense dog, get lost. He was thinking this dog is also wanting to meet Lord Chaitanya. He was what Bhagavad Gita describes, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Shapakecha Pandita Samadarshi. The learned person sees with equal vision. Vidya, Brahmani, Brahmana, cow, dog eater. He's seeing the super soul in the heart of every living being. He was taking care of the dog. He was personally cooking and feeding the dog some rice. And one day, he was detained by a toll man. So Shivananda Sen had to stay back to pay taxes. Everybody left and the dog did not get its prasad. And Shivananda Sen came in the night and he asked, Kukur kotha gela? Where is the kukur? Where is the dog? And he could not find the dog. He sent 10 devotees, right, east, west, north, south, go and search for the dog. But they could not find the dog. And then finally, he decided, I am an offender. I have not done my service properly. Today, I will fast. I will not take any prasad. So you see, if I were in his place, I would say it's not my fault. I gave him the coupon. I told him what to do. It's the dog's fault. I am not responsible. But a Vaishnava, by nature, always takes faults on himself and gives credit to others. Like in the Mahabharata, Yudhishthir Maharaj. We all know the noble character of Yudhishthir Maharaj. He was so generous that he was ready to accept only 5 villages. He did not want the fight. He did not want the killing of so many people. But Duryodhana, adamant as he was not willing to part an inch of space. And finally the battle had to be fought on the direction of Lord Krishna. But yet after the battlefield, when Yudhishthir Maharaj was coronated, he was feeling himself unqualified. I am responsible for the slaughter of 64 crore people. And he was not willing to accept the throne. Even Lord Krishna could not convince him. And finally it was Bhishma Dev who convinced as per the plan of Lord Krishna. So Shivananda Sen, he fasted. Next day morning, again he said, please go and look for the dog. But they could not find the dog. And finally, when they reached Jagannath Puri, lo and behold, there was the dog, Kukur Prabhu. And Lord Chaitanya, Supreme Lord, he is with his own hands, he is taking out the coconut pulp and feeding the dog. And the dog is chanting, Krishna, Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hari, Hari. And all the devotees were surprised. The dog was chanting Krishna, Krishna. You see how this dog got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is because he first got the mercy of Shivananda Sen. Without the mercy of the Vaishnavas, one cannot get the mercy of the Lord. This is an eternal principle. Whoever you are, even the Nitya Siddhas like Narottam Das Thakur, they are already pure. They are meeting the Lord face to face. But even when they come down to this earth, they act in such a way that they get the mercy through some great devotee. Raghunath Das Goswami got association of Haridas Thakur. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami got mercy through Raghunath Das Goswami. So the principle is eternally valid. Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paicheke. In this case, this dog did not do any service, but he was so fortunate that somehow or other he came into contact with a great devotee. Vaishnava Sangha is so valuable that even if one associates with a devotee not with proper motives, still, ultimately, he will be delivered. Nalakuver and Manigriv did not respect Narada Muni properly. They did not observe any proper etiquette. But still, Narada Muni cursed them, and that curse eventually turned out to be a boon. He told them to become trees, but where? In Gokul, in the spiritual kingdom of the Lord. And eventually they could see the pastimes of the Lord face to face. Mrigari the hunter, he did not meet Narada Muni with the direction of attending his seminar or classes. He was just so angry at Narada Muni. But because he came into contact with Narada Muni, he was delivered. All of us are also fortunate to meet Srila Prabhupada or one of their representatives. That is why we are here. What is our qualification to be in this holy dham, in this holy month? Just the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada. The Shivananda Sen, when he saw this dog receiving the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu is personally feeding him coconut pulp. Shivananda Sen offered his obeisances to the dog. He was thinking, Shivananda Kukura Dekhi Dandavata Kaila. Shivananda Sen is offering Dandavats to this Kukura Prabhu. And Dainya Kari Nija Aparada Chamaila. Such is the humility of Vaishnava. Dainya Kari Aparad. Oh Vaishnava, please forgive my offense. How subtle is Vaishnava etiquette that a devotee who is advanced, he makes sure that he does not offend a Vaishnava, or even if there is no offense, the other person should not even feel bad. Shivananda Sen is exemplifying the highest principle of devotional service. You find later on Lord Chaitanya is so happy with Shivananda that he would tell Govinda, give all my remnants to Shivananda Sen and to his family members. Lord Chaitanya is taking out his toe and he's allowing the son of Shivananda to suck that toe. He's personally giving names to his child, Puri Das, another Chaitanya Das. Why? How did Shivananda Sen receive so much mercy? Because he served the devotees. There is no other higher principle for making spiritual advancement other than serving the dear devotees of Lord Gauranga. Please chant loudly so that Srila Jayapatra Swami Maharaj feels happy to hear. Gauranga! Gauranga! Somehow or other we should always remember Gauranga. Bhaja Gauranga, Gaho Gauranga, Laho Gaurangera Namara. Sometimes we think that now I am a new devotee, so I should serve devotees, and then I will myself become advanced devotee, then I will serve the Supreme Lord directly. But the Lord Himself says that one who says that I am your devotee, he is not my devotee. But one who is a devotee of my devotee, he is my devotee. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, when somebody would come to meet him, he would ask his servant, who is that? What is his identity? Ask him. He would say, I am a servant of Krishna. Oh, sorry, I do not have much time. I cannot meet you today. But on the other hand, somebody would come and say, I am the servant of Supreme Lord. Oh, I have all time for you. There's a very famous story in South India, in the Sri Sampradaya, the great Vaishnava Acharya, Shripad Ramanujacharya appeared. And as you know, for some time he was in Kanchipuram, the beautiful deity of Varadraj Swami, the Lord giving benediction. It's one of the Divya Desham. And Ramanujacharya had one Shiksha Guru whose name was Kanchipurna. He had many Shiksha Gurus, Kanchipurna, Mahapurna, Shailapurna, and he got the mantra from Goshti Purna. And all these divine personalities were disciples of Yamunacharya. So, Kanchipurna had this service, intimate service of fanning the Lord. He would fan Lord Varadaraj. As you know, in South India, especially in this area of Chennai, it's very hot season. He would sometimes dip the chamar inside the water so that small droplets of water would fall on the body of the Lord to make him cool. He was an intimate associate, and he would talk with the Lord directly, chat. Just like you do WhatsApp chat, so immediately double blue lines would. The Lord would reply immediately. So Ramanujacharya had one question, because Ramanujacharya would always serve the devotees. So he asked this question. He said, I cannot ask directly. Can you ask on my behalf? Please ask the Lord that I am not able to do any deity worship. Will I receive the mercy? Will I get the perfection of life? So Kanchipurna, he told, my dear Lord, Ramanujacharya is standing behind and is asking this question, that he is not able to serve you directly. Will he receive mercy? The Lord smiled and said, yes, certainly. Because Ramanujacharya is serving my devotees who are more dear to me than my very life, he will certainly attain perfection. And Kanchipurna was fanning. He started thinking, what about me? I am not serving the devotees. Will I attain perfection? The Lord smiled and said, those who serve my devotees, they will definitely attain perfection in this life. Those who serve me, I am not very sure. It's like RAC, not confirmed. So immediately Kanchipurna left this service and he disguised himself, because he was so well known that nobody would accept service from him. He disguised himself to serve the devotees constantly for almost 1 month. He was in a different dress, and one day it was raining very heavily and he had no dry clothes. He took on the same dress earlier which he had, and everybody recognized, oh, this is a great Kanchipurna. How can we accept service? Told him, you are supposed to serve the Lord. Go and serve. So again he went to Lord and said, my dear Lord, what is my status now? And the Lord smiled and said, because you have served my devotees, now you are definitely going to receive my mercy. So here in Mayapur we have so much opportunity to serve devotees, either by menially serving prasad, by sponsoring prasad, or by helping build the temple, or any service, even if you are just taking care of the shoes of the devotees. Some or other, we should try to be in the mood of this servant, of this servant, of this servant. Lord Chaitanya always emphasized himself as Naham Vipra Nacha Narapati Napi Vaishyana Shudra. I am not a Brahmana or a Vaishya or a Shudra. I am simply Gopir Bhartur Padakamalayur Das Das Dasanu Das. Even Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, such an exalted Paramahansa Mahabhagavat Vaishnav, when somebody, disciples would offer pranam, he would reply by saying, Dasosmi, I am your servant. So here Shivananda Sen offered pranam to the Vaishnav, the dog, and next day the dog disappeared. The dog had left his body and he departed for the spiritual world. And Prabhupada gives a very elaborate purport. Prabhupada says this is the effect of association of devotees, that even a dog was promoted to the spiritual world. And Prabhupada is giving us instructions, those who are in ISKCON. He says, it is requested that all our devotees in ISKCON should become pure Vaishnavas, so that by their mercy, all the people of the world will be transferred to Vaikuntha Loka even without their knowledge. And Prabhupada is saying to me and to you, to all of us who are aspiring to be his followers, that we should become so pure that anybody who comes into contact with us, just by coming into contact with us, he should become purified, even without their knowing, even without their talking. In other words, we should become so pure to transmit the mercy of Prabhupada. And that is only possible by taking shelter of the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That is one of the... Lord Chaitanya was asked by Sarvam Bhattacharya that among all the items of devotional service, which is the most important? This question was asked in Jagannath Puri. And Lord Chaitanya replied, among all items of devotional service, the most important is the chanting of the holy name. While we are here, whenever we get time, apart from our daily 16 rounds, we should try to absorb. This atmosphere is very conducive for chanting more and more. In Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's there's a beautiful verse by Kaviraj Goswami in this connection. He says, Aiche divya lila kare shachira nandan kukure ke Krishna kaha karila mochan. Aiche divya lila kare. That in Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya is performing this divya lila. What is that? Kukure ke Krishna kaha. He delivered a dog by inducing the dog to chant Hare Krishna. Now, as I told you earlier, Lord Chaitanya gave the first mercy to Rupa Goswami and Sanatan in Ramkeli, first meeting. Second time, Rupa Goswami met Lord Chaitanya was in Prayag, and then Lord Chaitanya spoke for almost 10 days, then told him to go to Vrindavan, to write books, to build temples. To show by his example of how Vaishnava should behave. Later, Rupa Goswami came to Jagannath Puri to meet Lord Chaitanya, to get more association and instructions. Now, Rupa Goswami was planning to write a book on the pastimes of Lord Krishna, all encompassing Vrindavan Leela and Dwaraka Leela. As he was on his way to Jagannath Puri to meet Lord Chaitanya, he came to the village called Satyabhamapur, which Prabhupada writes, it is in the district of Cuttack, which is very close to Bhuvaneshwar. So, he was taking rest in the night, and Satyabhama, one of the main queens of Krishna, appeared in a dream to Rupa Goswami and told, Amara natak pritak karah rachan, Amara te kripate natak haive vilakshan. If you are writing a drama about me, please write separately. By my mercy, it will be extraordinarily beautiful. In other words, Satyabhama told Lord Rupa Goswami that about me, I am in Dwarka Leela, so you should write that separate, not mixed with Vrindavan Leela. You should write Dwarka Leela and Vrindavan Leela. And Rupa Goswami understood that this is the desire of Satyabhama. And later on we will see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will confirm this instruction. So he was thinking like this, that I should write separately Vrindavan Leela and Dwarka Leela. And ultimately it happened. Vrindavan Leela was written in a book called Vidagdha Madhav, and Dwarka Leela was in Lalita Madhav. Now Rupa Goswami wanted to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As you know, Haridas Thakur was not allowed to come inside the temple of Jagannath Puri, although he is the foremost of the devotees. But because he was born in a Muslim family, because of the tradition at that time, he was not allowed inside. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved him so much, he planted a little seed which turned into a Siddha Bakula, beautiful tree. And he told Haridas Thakur, you sit here under this tree and look at the chakra of the Lord and chant Hare Krishna. Haridas Thakur would chant incessantly. Although he was not allowed to enter the temple, Lord Jagannath would come out of the temple every day to meet him in the form of Lord Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would bring him Mahaprasad, and he would talk to him for a couple of hours every day. One who is humble and tolerant, he is fit to receive the mercy of the Lord. And who can be a better example than the great Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur was staying in Siddha Bakul, and Rupa Goswami was also not allowed. Sanatana Goswami was also not allowed, although they were born in they were from traditional like Saraswat Brahman family. But because for some time they were serving Nawab Hussain Shah, they were treated as outcast. They were not admitted in the temple. So naturally, Rupa Goswami, whenever he would come to Puri, he would stay with with Haridas Thakur. Later we will see when Sanatana Goswami came to Puri, he was also staying with Haridas Thakur. It was like a Siddha Bakul lodge, for all the devotees who were not allowed. And as soon as he came, he asked about Lord Chaitanya. Haridas Thakur said, Lord Gauranga has told me that you are about to come. And as they were talking, suddenly Lord Chaitanya appeared. He would have darshan of the Upala Bhog ceremony and he would bring prasad for Haridas Thakur. Just see how much the Lord loves his devotee Haridas Thakur. He's bringing prasad for him every day. And we know in the final pastimes, which also took place in Jagannath Puri, how Lord Chaitanya personally fulfilled the desire of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur wanted to leave his body in the presence of the Lord, chanting the name of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, surrounded by devotees, beholding the beautiful moon-like face of the Lord. And how we know how Lord Chaitanya personally performed, made the samadhi and begged alms for the disappearance of Haridas Thakur. So there are three most important things: Bhakta, Bhagavan and Bhakti. Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, Bhakta devotee and the process of Bhakti. Ye yatha mam prapadyanti. To the degree a devotee surrenders himself to the will of the Lord, to that degree he becomes recipient of the mercy of the Lord. Haridas Thakur was totally surrendered. Here, not far from here, near Shantipur is Fulia, where he was being beaten in 22 marketplaces brutally. But yet, he accepted it as the mercy of the Lord. He did not even let the Lord punish the offenders. The Lord sent his chakra to protect Haridas, but Haridas was thinking, I can tolerate my sufferings, but I cannot tolerate others being punished. So these qualities of humility and tolerance make a Vaishnava dear to the Lord. Now the question arises, how does one get these qualities? Just yesterday I was in Kharagpur 2 days back in the IIT, and one devotee asked this question. And I was fortunate to read Prabhupada's direct answer. Prabhupada writes in the Adi Leela that all good qualities become manifest by sincerely chanting Hare Krishna. There is no need for separate endeavor. If you just chant Hare Krishna, even in the beginning we may not be humble or tolerant. If you go on chanting, we will become humble. Sometimes the question arises, to chant Hare Krishna we have to be humble. And how do we become humble? By chanting Hare Krishna. It looks like a paradox, But somehow, even though we are not qualified by some Vaishnava Sangha, we chant Hare Krishna and then we become purified to chant Hare Krishna more. Like Prabhupada was asked, what do you get out of chanting Hare Krishna? Chanting more Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. Chanting Hare Krishna is not just for a neophyte devotee. Even the residents of the spiritual world are eternally chanting Hare Krishna. This is the business of Paramahamsas, as well as for the neophyte devotees. This is the means for perfection, and when you become perfect, you still go on chanting. So when Rupa Goswami offered his pranam to Lord Chaitanya, and Haridas Thakur said, just look here, this is Rupa Goswami, he is offering pranams to you. And Lord Chaitanya, he sat down with Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur. They were talking. Kushal Prashna. You ask somebody's coming from, let's say, Mumbai or Delhi. You ask, how are the devotees there? So Lord Chaitanya is inquiring about different devotees. And then Lord Chaitanya asked, did you meet Sanatan Goswami? Rupa Goswami said, I did not meet because I came by one route and he went by the other route. And in Prayag, I heard that he had already gone to Vrindavan. And then Rupa Goswami informed that the younger brother of Rupa and Sanatan, whose name was Anupam, Ganga Prapti Haila. In the language here, Ganga Prapti Haila means he departed. Next day, Lord Chaitanya again came. It is said here that Lord Chaitanya personally allotted place for Rupa Goswami to stay. Even Lord himself takes pleasure in serving his devotee. In Dwarka, you find Krishna bathing the lotus feet of his devotee Sudama. If Krishna himself likes to serve devotees, why should we be reluctant? It is a great honor, it's a great privilege to serve any devotee. What to speak of serving great devotees. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again met Rupa Goswami, and again he embraced the devotees, and then he told, Advaita, Nityananda, both of you please show your mercy to Rupa Goswami. May by your mercy Rupa Goswami become so powerful that he'll be able to describe the transcendental rasas of devotional service. This is interesting. Lord Chaitanya, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is if he is giving blessings, there is in one sense no need of anybody else's blessing. But Lord Chaitanya is saying, Nityananda, you give blessing. Advaita, you also give blessing. So we should seek blessing not only from Chaitanya, but from Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, the present Vaishnavas, the previous Acharyas. We should be greedy for blessings, Vaishnavas. Every devotee's heart is carrying the mercy of the Lord. And to the degree we please the Vaishnavas, we automatically receive their mercy. And then we become empowered to spread the glories of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So this became a daily routine. Lord Chaitanya would come out of the temple and he would meet Haridas Thakur, and whatever prasadam he would get, he would give to Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami. And he would talk to them for some time. And then later, one day Lord Chaitanya very seriously, he spoke to Rupa Goswami. He said, Krishnera bahir na kariha braja haite. Braja chhadi Krishna kabu na jaye kahibe. Do not try to take Krishna out of Vrindavan. For Krishna does not go out of Vrindavan at any time. Vrindavanam parityajam na kvachit naiva gacchati. Krishna never takes a step out of Vrindavan. It is when Krishna goes to Dwaraka or other places, it is Yadukumar Krishna. But Vrindavan Vihari Krishna, he never leaves Vrindavan. The Krishna known as Yadukumar is Vasudev Krishna. It's explained by the Acharyas how when Krishna appeared, he appeared simultaneously in Mathura, to Vasudev Devaki, and also to Nanda and Yashoda as Vrindavan Vihari Krishna. Yashoda gave birth to a son and a daughter. And then Vasudev carried baby Krishna, and the Krishna who has appeared as Vasudev Nandan and Krishna as Nanda Nandan, they become one. So Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. So do not try to take Vrindavan Vihari out of Vrindavan. So Rupa Goswami understood. The same message Satyabhama told me, that write a separate drama about me. Now I understand that whatever Satyabhama has told has been confirmed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I will write two dramas, Vidagdha Madhava and Lalita Madhava. Vidagdha Madhava for Vrindavan Leela and for Dwarka Leela, Lalita Madhava. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would dance during the Rath Yatra, he would sometimes sing a particular verse which appeared to be a romantic song, like a lover speaking about the beloved. That personality who stole my heart is still with me, but I long to meet him on the bank of the river under the Vetasi tree. And ordinary people could not understand. But Rupa Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, one who knows the heart of Lord Chaitanya, he, understanding the mind of Lord Chaitanya, he wrote a verse explaining what Lord Chaitanya was singing. And that is a beautiful verse. Priyo Soyam Krishna. It's a very, very long verse. I'll just read the translation. The verse which Rupa Goswami composed, which is essentially Radharani is saying to her gopis, my dear friend, now I am meeting my very dear and old friend, Krishna. You see, this verse is discussing the meeting of Radha and Krishna in Kurukshetra. As you know, Krishna left Vrindavan and he went to Mathura and to Dwarka and did not come back for several years. Suddenly the gopis got the news that Krishna is coming to Kurukshetra. So Nanda Baba, Yashoda and all the gopis, they all went to meet Krishna in Kurukshetra. But now they are seeing Krishna as not as Vrindavan Vihari, but as Dwarkadish Krishna with golden ornaments and with chariots and elephants and horses. So Srimati Radharani is happy to meet Krishna, but at the same time she is saying in this verse, I am the same Radharani and you are the same Krishna. We are meeting, it is very pleasant, but I would like to go to the bank of the river Jamuna, under the forest of Kadamba trees, and I would like to hear the celebrated flute, the fifth note within that forest of Vrindavan. Rupa Goswami wrote it privately and he kept it in his kutia, in his thatched hut. He went to take bath in the ocean. And as Rupa Goswami left, just after that Lord Chaitanya came to meet Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami was not there, but suddenly he saw some. In those days there was not like e-messages. It was like you had to write it in a leaf. It was not so easy. So Lord Chaitanya saw that verse written on the leaf and he began to read it. He was so joyful. Shloka padi Prabhu Sukhi Premavashta Haila. When Lord Chaitanya read this verse, he was in ecstasy. And he was so happy. And just when Rupa Goswami came and he offered obeisances, Prabhu dekhi prangan pranam korila, Prabhu tare chapad mare kahite lagila. And Lord Chaitanya lovingly slapped Rupa Goswami and said, Gudha mora ridaya, tumi janila ke mane? How could you understand my mind? Gudha, my confidential. Eta kahi rupa kari dhrida alingan. Lord Chaitanya embraced Rupa Goswami. How could you understand what is going on in my heart? See, to understand someone's heart is not very easy. If I want to know what the Prime Minister, where the Prime Minister is there, I can know from news. If I want to know to talk to him, I can know from somebody who is close. But if I want to know what the Prime Minister is thinking, that very close associate can understand. To understand the mind of Krishna, the mind of Lord Chaitanya, is not possible for even the greatest scholar. How could Rupa Goswami understand this? Lord Chaitanya embraced him and he told to all the devotees, he called for Sarup Damodar and questioned him, Mora antar varta Rupa kemane janila. How could Rupa Goswami understand the innermost thoughts of my heart? And Sarup Damodar Goswami, again, he is one associate of the Lord can understand the mind of another associate. Sarup Damodar, who is the personal secretary of Lord Chaitanya, who is Lalita Sakhi, he replied, Sarup kahe jani kripa kariya che apanne. I can understand that you have already bestowed your causeless mercy upon him. No one else could understand the meaning. I can understand that you have been merciful. You see, Raja Vidya, Raja Goyam, Bhagavad Gita also. It is very simple, 700 verses. But only one who is a pure devotee, he can understand. Krishna says to Arjuna, I am explaining this knowledge. Bhakto seme sakha cheti. Rahasya etat uttamam. You are my devotee. And Srila Prabhupada's purports actually reveal to us what is Lord Chaitanya's heart. Similar thing happened when Srila Prabhupada glorified his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, on his Vyas Puja. Absolute ascension thou hast proved, impersonal calamity thou hast removed. And when Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur heard this, he was so happy. He told the devotees, whatever Abhay writes, you should print. Because he knows the heart of Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarup Damodar told Lord Chaitanya, you have bestowed mercy. And what did Lord Chaitanya respond? Prabhu kahe, iho ame prayag milaila. When I met him in Prayag, Yogya Patra Jani More Kripa Haila. Knowing him to be a suitable person, I bestowed my mercy upon him. Rupa Goswami had these qualities of humility. When one is humble, he becomes fit to receive the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and their divine representative, At that time, when I met him in Prayag, I bestowed upon him my transcendental potency. Now you should all give him instructions, in particular instruct him in transcendental mellows. Now here Lord Chaitanya is establishing etiquette. Swarup Damodar Goswami is also advanced devotee. Rupa Goswami is knowing the heart of the Lord. What is the need for any other knowledge? But the etiquette is Swarup Damodar Goswami is more intimate and more senior. So he's asking Swarup Damodar, you give him knowledge about the Rasa Tattva, which is later on coming in the form of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Swarup Damodar replied, when I saw the composition of the verse, I could understand that you have given mercy. 4 months of Chaturmasya, Shravan, Bhadra, Ashwin and Kartik, all the Vaishnavas, they stayed there. The Rath Yatra time, the devotees would come and they would stay for 4 months. I once asked this question to His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. How could the devotees stay for 4 months? Because they are grahasthas. So Maharaj gave a very beautiful answer. He said, because their lifestyle was very simple, so they could take out more time, simple living. And when you live simply, you can take out more time for direct hearing and chanting and association with the Lord. So, for 4 months the devotees stayed, they all left. But Rupa Goswami stayed. And one day, he was writing a book and Lord Chaitanya came. And Lord Chaitanya said, what are you writing? He took the palm leaf in his hand. And just by seeing the handwriting, he was so happy. His mind was so pleased. And he said, Shri Rupa Akshara Jena Muktera Pankti. He said, the handwriting of Rupa Goswami is like a row of pearls. Mukuteramali, Moti. And Lord Chaitanya read this verse. Oh, the most wonderful of all verses describing the glories of the holy name. Tunde Tandavani Rati Mitunite. I do not know how much nectar is there in these 2 syllables. Krishna. Everybody please say Krishna. 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 When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it is dancing within my mouth. When we then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters into the holes of the ear, we desire millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind and all the senses become inert. The Lord Chaitanya became so happy. And as he was chanting this verse, Haridas Thakur, who was just nearby, he started dancing and he started glorifying. You see, generally Haridas Thakur is known as Namacharya. And in this material world, if I am a specialist in a field, I do not like others to enter into that field. There is enviousness in this world. But here we find Haridas Thakur is Namacharya, and when he finds that some other devotee is speaking very nicely about the holy name, he becomes even more joyful. This is called Nirmatsara. Prabhupada said our ISKCON society should be like that. A society where there is no competition. Every devotee is thinking, every other devotee is better than me. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he embraced Rupa Goswami and Haridas and he left. And then Lord Chaitanya went and showed this verse to everybody. Sarvam Bhattacharya, Swarup Damodar, Ramanand Rai, just see this verse. And when Lord Chaitanya recited these verses, he felt great pleasure as if he had got 5 mouths. And now Lord Chaitanya wanted to test Sarvam Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai. How did he test? He started glorifying Rupa Goswami in their presence. Generally, if I am doing some lecture or some service, and if other devotee is glorified, if I am not pure, I will feel envious. Why this devotee is being glorified? But here, Swarup Damodar and Sarvam Bhattacharya, they were so happy that somebody like Rupa Goswami, who is junior to them, but is doing wonderful service. So they were happy to hear this. And all the devotees were struck with wonder. They admitted, Nama Mahima Shunyache Apar. We have heard so many verses about the holy name, but never have we heard something so sweet as described by Rupa Goswami. Then Ramanand Rai told, Rupa Goswami, I heard you are writing a drama. Please tell us something about that drama. Swarup Damodar said, actually he was going to write one book, But Lord Chaitanya told him to write 2 books, one for Dwarka Leela and for Vrindavan Leela. Ramananda Rai said, please speak something about your worshipable Lord. The worshipable Lord of Rupa Goswami is Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. But Rupa Goswami was thinking, Lord Chaitanya is standing right in front of me. He would not like me to glorify him. So what should I do? The Lord said, go speak something. And then finally he spoke that beautiful verse. Most of you must be knowing that verse. Anarpitam charim shirat karunavatirna kalau samarpitam unattva jala rasam sabhakti shriyam hari purata sundara dyuti kadamba sandipita sadaridaya kandara sfurato va shachinandan. May the Supreme Lord, who is the son of Shachi Mata, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has come in this age of Kali to bestow what no other incarnation has ever done before. The most blessed rasa, the rasa of conjugal love. All the devotees were so happy. Rupa Goswami is glorifying Lord Chaitanya. The Lord Chaitanya has come to give what no other avatar has given before. It's a very elaborate subject, but we are running short of time. So I will come to the conclusion of this chapter, and tomorrow we'll go to the second chapter. Today we are ending up with the first chapter of this Antya Leela, the Lord Chaitanya's Leela in Jagannath Puri. So Rupa Goswami, he is one by one describing different parts of his book, Lalita Madhava and Vidagdha Madhava. And all the devotees are very happy to hear from Rupa Goswami. Finally, Ramananda Rai, he is himself a great poet, a great devotee. But what is the reaction of one great devotee when other devotee is doing something wonderful? He replies, Rai kahe, tomara kavita amritera dhara, dvitiya natakera kahe. Your poetic expression is not poetry, it is a shower of nectar. You are showering nectar on all of us. Please speak more. Rupa Goswami said, in front of you, I am like a glowworm, a small glowworm in the presence of the sun. Ramananda Rai said, please speak something more. And when he spoke this verse, Lord Chaitanya was angry. He was happy inside but angry outside. What is that verse? Nija pranitam sudha udayam apnuvan yachitau. The moon-like Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Shachi Nandana, Gauranga, has now appeared on the earth to spread devotional love of himself. He is the emperor of the Brahman community. He can drive away all ignorance, can control the mind of everyone. May that rising moon, Lord Gaurachandra, bestow good fortune. And Lord Chaitanya actually was happy, but he was angry also externally. He said, Rupa Goswami, what have you done? So far he was speaking very sweet, nice poetry about Krishna, and you have, in this nectar you have put alkali. Ramananda said, no, it is not alkali. It is like putting camphor in kheer. It becomes even more sweet. Mahaprabhu said, Ramananda Rai, you are joking, but people will joke about what is being said. Ramananda said, no, they will not joke. They will be happy to hear about the glorification of their worshipable deity, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Ramananda said, Rupa Goswami, please speak something more. And Rupa Goswami began to speak more and more. And then he said a very beautiful verse. What is the use of a bowman's arrow or a poetry if it does not penetrate the heart or does not cause the head to spin? Without your mercy, Ramananda Rai is glorifying Rupa Goswami, that your mercy is only possible by Lord Chaitanya's mercy. You must have given him mercy. Mahaprabhu said, yes, I met him in Prayag. I found him endowed with all good qualities, so I empowered him. And his brother is there, Sanatan Goswami. Both of them are very exceptionally advanced. They have 3 qualities, Dainya, Vairagya and Panditya. Panditya is very easy, scholarship, but they have renunciation, plus they are humble than a blade of grass. Generally, you are a big scholar, you become proud. But Rupa and Sanatana are simultaneously humble, at the same time very learned. And Ramanand Rai, he replied to Lord Chaitanya, my dear Lord, you are the Supreme Lord. You can make anybody dance the way you like. Because of your causeless mercy, you embraced Rupa Goswami. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Rupa Goswami and he told him, Kripa kari rupe saba kaila alingan. He told Rupa Goswami, Sabara charana vandan. Offer prayers to all the Vaishnavas. So Rupa Goswami is our Sampradaya Acharya. But Lord Chaitanya is telling Rupa Goswami, you offer pranam to all these senior devotees. No matter how exalted we are, we should never think that I do not need the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Even the greatest of Vaishnavas, Narottam Das Thakur, he prays for the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Now when Lord Chaitanya gave mercy to Rupa Goswami, what was the reaction of the other devotees? The other devotees were very happy and they loudly chanted, Hari, 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 Hari. And then Lord Chaitanya also left. Now we are left with Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur. How devotees glorify each other. Haridas Thakur said, Tomara bhagyera nahi sima, je sab varnila ihe reke jane mahima. There is no limit to your good fortune. No one can understand what the glories of holy name. And Rupa Goswami said, I do not know anything. The only thing I know is what Lord Chaitanya makes me speak. And Prabhupada quotes this beautiful verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Although I am the lowest of men, I have no knowledge. The Lord has bestowed mercy upon me to write this book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Therefore, I offer my obeisances to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We will just end with a 2-minute kirtan, because I could not do in the beginning. Let's just sincerely chant this Mahamantra, just 2 minutes. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Loudly. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ram, Hare Hare. Very loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hey Gauranga, help me. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very, very loudly, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jayo Pancha Tattva, Jayo Pancha Tattva, Pancha Tattva, Jayo Pancha Tattva. Jayo Narsingha Dev, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Narsingha Dev, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj. Jai 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री राधा माधव की जय, पंचतत्व की जय, नरसिंह प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की जय, गुरु गौरांग की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद। थैंक यू वेरी मच। हरे कृष्ण।